All right, this is our line Cutterz Pliers video for our new dealers. Thank you so much for bringing us into your shops. We are super supportive of our independent dealers. You're what make the industry go around. So thank you guys for adding line cutters. Here is your tutorial for your staff. I've got the line Cutterz Elite Pliers. So a couple of the key features for your sales teams: the patented ceramic blade cutting slot. There's two positions. You can have it retracted or deployed, just clicks back and forth. What makes these pliers different than any other pliers on the face of the earth is these are the only ones that have this patented cutting blade in it. And that, I'll get into it in a little bit, but that makes this better than anything out there. They're also a non-corrosive material. They're cast aluminum. And then that is stainless steel. So for any of your anglers that complain about pliers rusting, these are not going to rust. They've got a locking switch right here, so you can keep them locked and closed. You can open them up like that. They have a tungsten carbide cutting teeth, and what that comes in handy for is cutting your knots off of your lures. So I'm not going to do it right now, but those are replaceable. Our line Cutterz patented ceramic blade cutter is replaceable. There's 3 little screws there. However, I can tell you the only way you're ever going to need to replace that is if you hit it with steel leader, or I'll show you in a little bit when you're cutting tag ends. If you crash into that ceramic blade, you can break it, but that's only if you hit it with steel. Otherwise, you will never wear that out on braid, mono, or fluoro. If for some reason you have an accident, you can replace it. A couple other things I did when I designed these is I widened the grip. So if you see how this handle kicks out, when you are going to hook on, grab onto a hook, and that hook's in the mouth, when I go to squeeze that hook, a lot of pliers, your fingers are too close to your palm. By spreading that out, when I go to lock on that hook to pull it out of that fish's mouth, that's my max grip strength. So that's the best possible grip strength you can have, is having your hand about halfway. That's max grip strength. The other thing I did is I lengthened this handle. So this handle is longer than this handle. So I can actually fit between that nub there and that nub, I can fit my full grip right there. And when you get the hang of it, we call it reaching Jedi mode. You can just use your pinky to deploy that cutter, or you can use your other hand, lock it. When you're done, put it in your holster. The holster has a pivoted belt clip there. There's actually 2 teeth in there, so when I go to put it on my belt, it'll actually, when I pull my pliers out, it'll stay on my belt. Those teeth hold it on there. And then our tether actually has metal inside there. So that is a actual steel cable inside that tether. So the tethers are really, really durable. It's gonna keep it right on your hip. If it slips out of your hands, you're not gonna be losing these $50 pliers, retail $49.99. So the coolest thing, and what you want your sales team to know, is how insanely innovative and fast these are. So what we've learned is, if you have a tag end, so actually we have quite a few guides using these, you can pop this cutter up, grab your tag end, and literally cut your tag end without ever moving your pliers off your hip. If you're a tournament angler or you're a professional guide, you want to know about these pliers, and that's where the salesperson is going to come in to play. So the people on your floor, you want to show them this. Again, if I want to access that, I open that cutter. I'm actually now going to cut the knot off the lure, so I can run that up, and I just cut the knot off the lure, and then when I'm done, I can put it right back when I'm not using it. So that is an absolute game changer. I don't care if there's $150 pliers, $200 pliers out there, nothing will cut braid like these. I'm going to show you some examples. So a lot of times, people will ask on the sales floor, well, does it cut your thin lines? So here's a real thin trilene, that's 8-pound mono. This is Berkeley's Fireline. That's a braided material, really thin. A lot of side pliers on the thin braids, when you go to cut it, these cut really good, but what happens over time is they stop cutting that braid clean because it's so thin, so you're pulling and ripping and it's all frayed. So with this, I can literally just, I mean, I can't even begin to explain how easy this is. So let your sales team know that showing customers how well that cuts braid is insane. So that's 10. And I would recommend using whatever braid you're using in your store. What you sell the most in your store, that's what I would demo. Here's 20 pound. I mean, I can't even begin to explain how easy this is. For our stores that are on the ocean side doing big braid, this is a 100-pound braid. I mean, I'll do it again, 100-pound test braid. So if your sales team shows people how insanely well they cut braid, it's awesome. And then for the offshore boats, they're using a lot of times heavy mono and fluoro. That's a 100-pound monofilament, like every single time. That's Andy 100-pound blue, monster blue. I mean, it's insane. And then if you're a bow fishing store, this is AMS 200-pound bow fishing braid. Look at that, 200. So 200-pound test again. So if you're sell bow fishing equipment at the shop, shoot the fish, you need to cut your bow fishing braid, just literally bring it in through. It's still on my hip. I could literally sit here and cut 200-pound braid all day long. I could jump over to 10, just touch it. Like I'm literally just touching it, and I'm not even taking my pliers off my hip. So I hope these tips help your sales team. Thanks again for buying Line Cutters. We appreciate you. And yeah, get the pliers in the customer's hands, and I'm telling you, you'll sell them like crazy. Thanks for watching.